Recent weeks, he's come out and said stuff like, "We gotta build more water storage. Why haven't we built it?" Just went a little into Krusty the Clown. Hey!
I hate government.
There's a little overlap there, isn't there?
There is. Gentlemen, I am your candidate.
Well, if he runs for president, we're going to get a lot more of Joe's Gavin Newsom impersonation.
I'm humbled and grateful.
Armstrong and Getty. And Gavin. Morning, 6 to 9 on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Be heard. Call 8444 the USA now to let Dan know what you think. 844-484-3872. The Dan Bongino Show.
So, covered the release of the Paul Pelosi video, which is, again, is devastating. I don't know how the guy survived it. He gets hit full force with that hammer, and the 911 call is equally disturbing for a number of reasons. 911 dispatcher, I don't think did a particularly good job. Clearly, in some kind of distress there, trying to save himself. And again, it appears he's calling. The reason he called, which I think listening to the 911 call, is because he's probably told the attacker he was calling the EC police, look for where Nancy Pelosi was. It's the only thing that makes sense. You heard at the beginning, this DC police and calling 911. I don't know, speculating. I think it's just a very strange thing. All right, I want to get back to what I was talking about before. We got Amber 80 coming up at 2 o'clock as well. Loaded show. So, Mike Flynn, ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant General Mike Flynn, who was a target of the deep state for a long time because of his significant role in the exposing of problems in the intelligence community, the DIA. He was one of the most authoritative, knowledgeable intelligence officials anywhere in the United States. Target of the Obama administration for a long time because of his objections to the Iran, and because he had publicly spoken about problems in the intel community, part of it. So it's kind of weird that Mike Flynn, about 3 years ago on Twitter, is warning Molly Hemingway about Kathy Chung, saying, hey, ask who this Kathy Chung is. Who's Kathy Chung? Kathy Chung works for Joe Biden when he's vice president. Kathy Chung also was recommended by Hunter Biden and was involved in the transport of the classified documents, according to this Fox News report. Former Biden assistant questioned over classified documents, whose name, Kathy Chung, appeared multiple times in Hunter Biden's email. Paul Sperry notes that after the Department of Justice spoke with Kathy Chung, almost immediately afterwards, the special prosecutor. Kathy Chung flipped. Did she turn state's evidence, as they say in the movies? Turn states. That term in real life, but whatever. Did she flip? What does Kathy Chung know about the Joe Biden operation? Now, I find it awfully convenient, again, that the New York Post and I, your humble radio host here, reported years ago that, according to Peter Strzok, the FBI's notes in an Oval Office meeting with the Vice President and others, it was the Vice President's idea to use the Logan Act to go after and prosecute Mike Flynn. Why would Biden want Mike Flynn prosecuted so badly? Did Mike Flynn know something about Kathy Chung and Biden Inc.? Is that why they wanted Mike Flynn out so bad? Folks, how deep does the rabbit hole go? You know, as a guy who worked for the government for a long time, over a decade of my life, I've never been so depressed. And I don't mean in my personal life. I mean about the status of my country. I walked in this morning and I said to Guy, as I asked that question, he's the podcast producer.
What the heck was that about?
I said, Guy, we really lost it. Just like I opened up the show with Dr. Robert Malone saying we've lost control of this COVID thing, and Pfizer, if that's true, that story is admitting it. We've lost control of our government. It has now been completely, fully weaponized, operates on its own like it's an autonomous, self-powered fusion reaction. It's almost like a positive energy mechanism that each reaction spurs more energy for the next one. You have Mike Flynn, one of the most powerful defense officials in the world, the head of the DIA. I mean, massive power, who was taken down like that. because he was thinking about exposing the intelligence community and was going to become part of the Trump administration? And was warning people about Kathy Chung? Let's get deeper down this rabbit hole. I already showed you the indictment from earlier in the week of this FBI agent, Charles McGonigal. I want you to go to bullet point number 8 in the indictment, if you can. I'll read it for you. If you're looking at it in front of you, it's connected to the show notes at all. They note that this FBI agent, who was working with Person A and Person B, that this FBI agent, McGonigal, was alleged to have been taking money from these people to influence politics here in the United States on behalf of Albania, the Albanian Prime Minister. They note that Person B was an Albanian national energy conglomerate and operated as an informal advisor to the Prime Minister of Albania. That's interesting, folks. The FBI agent charges of being a foreign agent and taking money from foreign governments like Albania. That's fascinating. Because Biden Inc. had taken a real interest in Albania too. So I didn't just say Hunter Biden. I said Biden Inc. Biden and his Confederates out there, his entire cabal, his crew of idiots, they'd all, in addition to Ukraine and China and elsewhere, which is really strange because the Albanians seem to have figured out they could use people in our FBI involved in this indictment and bribe them with money. Producer Guy asked me this morning during the show, he said, Dan, what's with Albania? Why do you think they picked Albania of all places? Let me answer you. I have a book I wrote about exactly this. Follow the money. It doesn't matter if it's Albania or Djibouti. It has nothing to do with anything other than these people are looking for a handout and a grift, even if it's illegal. The reason Biden Inc. had an interest in Albania is the exact same reason McGonigal, the arrested FBI agent charged with taking money from Albanians, had an interest in Albania. Money! Doesn't matter if it's Albania or Azerbaijan. There's a reason Biden Inc. keeps appearing in all these countries. Big countries like China, mid-sized countries like Ukraine, smaller countries like Albania, because they're giving them money. That's why. Folks, I'm about to expose to you in the next few minutes the biggest cabal you've ever seen in human history. The power of this cabal is really unimaginable. It is an informal, loose-knit group of NGOs, liberals, politicians, financiers like Soros and others, intel community swamp rats, and others who are all in this for one reason: money. U.S. government secrets and access to do it. So let's tie this together now.
You are not
Mike
cool.
Flynn says, beware of this Kathy Chung working with the Hunter Biden in the White House. Chung transports classified documents. Classified documents are illegally found in Biden's possession. Flynn was the head of the DIA and the intel community. He knows about the cabal I just told you. An FBI agent who's alleged to be part of the cabal gets arrested for taking money to be part of the cabal to advance Albanian interests in the United States.